You're scrolling at 11 p.m., watching everyone's highlight reels while your own life remains unwitnessed. There's that photo in your gallery, 47 takes, never posted. The caption you rewrote 12 times before deleting everything. Again. You've typed and deleted more thoughts than you've ever shared. Your drafts folder is a graveyard of almost connections, each one abandoned at the moment before clicking share. Something stops you. Every time. Most people never realize that digital silence is actually a form of self-protection that only the emotionally intelligent choose. They think you're shy, antisocial, missing out. But you're not absent. You're preserving something. What if I told you that your refusal to perform is actually your psyche protecting you from something most people don't even know they're losing? That every time you choose not to post, you're guarding a treasure others have already traded away. Your silence isn't emptiness. It's full of everything you've chosen to keep sacred. You watch stories but never post them. You read comments but never leave them. Your friends share their breakdowns and breakthroughs while you witness in silence, holding their secrets like stones in your pocket. You know everyone's life updates, but they couldn't tell anyone what you did last weekend. You're the friend who remembers birthdays without Facebook reminders, who notices mood shifts without status updates. You see everything, show nothing. Every time you almost post, something ancient in you whispers, no. Your finger hovers over share, but pulls back like touching fire. The relief floods in first, then the questions. Why can't I just be normal? Why does everyone else make it look so easy? But no one asks why the most observant people choose invisibility. They don't understand that watching is your way of caring, that silence is your form of presence. You've mastered the art of knowing without being known, becoming the keeper of unspoken truths, the guardian of real moments that happened without documentation. This is the psychology of the digital ghost. Present but never accounted for. You exist in the spaces between posts, in the pause before the performance begins. Psychologists call this selective digital presence, and it's linked to higher emotional intelligence. You're not broken. You're preserving something most people don't even know they're losing. Your brain is actually protecting your identity coherence. Every time you resist posting, you're maintaining the integrity of who you are versus who you'd need to pretend to be. Research shows that people who limit social media posting have stronger sense of authentic self. They know where they end and the performance begins. The psychological term is audience anxiety, the paralyzing awareness of invisible judges. Your nervous system recognizes what others ignore, that every post is a performance, every share a small betrayal of privacy. Neuroscience reveals that every post triggers the same brain regions as physical performance. You're not just sharing a photo. Your brain thinks you're on stage. What psychologists know but rarely share. Digital silence is often a sign of secure attachment. While anxiously attached individuals seek constant validation through posts and avoidantly attached ones use social media to maintain distance, you've chosen something different. You've chosen to exist without proof, to be real without receipts. That's not dysfunction. That's wisdom. This pattern started long before Instagram existed. Maybe you grew up in a house where privacy was a foreign concept, where your diary was read, your room searched, your thoughts interrogated, or perhaps you learned early that being seen meant being criticized. That visibility brought judgment, not joy. This shows up as the friend who knows everything about you, while you remain a mystery. You might notice you're comfortable in deep one-on-one conversations but disappear in group chats. The moment the circle widens, you fade into background static. In relationships, you're either completely open or completely closed. No middle ground. You'll share your soul at 3 a.m. with one person, then struggle to say I'm struggling in daylight. Your career might suffer because you won't self-promote, even when deserved. You watch less qualified people advance simply because they're willing to announce themselves. You've become the keeper of everyone's secrets because you never reveal your own. You're the vault, the confidant, the one who listens but never burdens. The cost? People think you don't care when actually you care too much. They mistake your silence for indifference, not recognizing it as the overflow of feeling you can't translate into performative language. This wasn't antisocial behavior. This was psychological brilliance. Your child brain recognized a truth that took others decades to learn. Not all attention is love. Children who grew up in homes where visibility meant vulnerability learned to find power in shadows. Maybe your emotions were used against you. Maybe your achievements became pressure. Maybe your struggles became family gossip. Your nervous system learned that being watched meant being unsafe, so you developed a superpower, selective invisibility. While other kids were learning to perform for approval, you were mastering the art of strategic absence. You understood intuitively what others learn painfully. Not every space deserves your truth. This is actually a sophisticated form of boundary setting most people never develop. They're still performing for invisible parents, dead relatives, childhood bullies. But you learned to protect your inner world like a secret garden, only opening the gate for those who've earned the key. Your withdrawal wasn't weakness. It was your first act of self-sovereignty. Your refusal to perform isn't fear, it's freedom. While everyone else auditions for strangers' approval, you've opted out of the validation economy entirely. But here's what they don't understand. Privacy is not hiding, it's choosing who deserves your truth. You're not socially anxious, you're selectively authentic. There's a difference between can't and won't, between fear and choice. While others fracture their identity across platforms, you've maintained wholeness. They've split themselves into Instagram versions, LinkedIn personalities, Facebook facades. You remain undivided. One person, consistent, real. You're not missing out. You're opting out of the validation economy. You refuse to monetize your moments, to commodity your experiences, to perform your pain for hearts and thumbs ups. You've preserved something others have traded for likes, an inner life. Your observation isn't passivity, it's power. You see patterns others miss, notice dynamics others ignore. You're not on the outside looking in, you're on the inside, looking through. You get to choose when and how you're seen. There's no rule that says you must share everything or nothing, perform constantly or disappear completely. Consider, what would sharing look like if it wasn't performing? What if you posted without checking likes, shared without curating angles, spoke without rehearsing impact? It's not too late to share your gifts while protecting your peace. You can reclaim visibility on your terms, selectively, intentionally, without apology. Your stories matter, even if they're only told to trusted few. Depth over breadth, quality over quantity, meaning over metrics. You don't need to become someone else to connect. You just need to find spaces worthy of your truth. So tonight, when you're scrolling at 11 p.m. and choose silence once again, just remember this. You're not broken, you're boundaries. Your silence isn't absence, it's presence, fully contained within yourself. And maybe, just maybe, in a world of constant noise, your quiet is the revolution they never saw coming.